You come up a half a mile, turn left on the battle road, 3/4 of a mile up over the hill, and when you make that, you'll climb up the hill, you'll drop down, start making right-hand
Nope,
curve.
wrong way.
You'll go around and start making another right-hand curve, going down the hill. You can see our property right down there with all the buildings up into it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Will not touch
Building, no building. And I still got a couple more projects.
Yeah, we have.
I always start projects, and end up modifying it, going up. I mean, one project, in between already established projects, so
Uh-huh.
longer to get things
I was
done.
growing
Yeah.
buckets.
Well,
also
life
where
does
the
that
stuff
for me.
would kind of
Yeah.
feed down.
I'll start something and she wants something, she wants something else, now she wants something, she comes back over here, redesigns it and everything.
Everything
Come
was
on, you know?
I'm from the Northeast, and
I
I've
do
lived
it all
in
myself.
Rome for almost
Yeah.
65 years.
It's,
Well,
It's called,
you know,
well,
I've
not
been
65 years, because
in
we're not
that
very
spot
long,
for
but
7 years now, so
Rabbit Lane.
I'm finally getting it to where
And it was appropriately named. We had contests like crazy.
For those of you on live on Facebook, the internet is not working at the Mellon Center, so I have to use my cell phone. I have no idea what the sound's gonna look like. I have no idea what the video is gonna look like, but I'm gonna do the best that I can. So just be patient. If all else fails, I'll post this PowerPoint directly to Facebook for anyone to see while they're there.
Uh-huh.
will grow on the raised beds around there.
Well,
I'm at,
really,
so lot works best,
Yeah.
you know. I couldn't get hardly anything.
Out in Villanova, well, it wasn't
Ground,
Villanova
yeah.
to begin with, but
Like 18 trees.
we got out of there.
And those windows, so
Right.
Let me see.
some kind of a barrier so that it'll keep that.
I think the social was that.
Yeah.
That should help y'all out some. And again, I don't know what the sound's gonna be like, so I'm just hoping that it works. I've done all the settings that I have available to me here. So hopefully that'll work out for anybody who's watching online. You won't be able to see me, but that's okay.
I still got bark, hills, ground.
Alrighty. For those of you who just came in, Dave brought us a great door prize, actually 2. So if you want to participate in the door prize, make sure you put your name in over here. I made a printout for edible flowers and what their flavor kind of is like. So that's over on the
One
table.
of her offspring, butcher her. That's my plan.
I put my name in for the drawing this time because I want that too. Who knows? Who cares? But it's always fun to try.
But it's the white ones with the black trim work.
Oh, you can always. It doesn't matter. We're just here to support each other.
They're a smaller turkey.
It's all about just supporting each
One of
other.
the better egg and meat. So that's, you know,
And then Kim is here today. Have you been here before? Or is this your first time? It's your first time. There you go.
right. Right.
So welcome to the garden club.
19 hens now, and one is, you know, and our oldest hens are 3 years old now. So,
You're fine. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I like that everybody comes together and chats. Like I said, the Wi-Fi is not working, so anybody who goes back and rewatches, I'm going to record it on my phone and post it live, but I don't know what the quality is going to be like from my phone. So we can only do the best we can because there's no Wi-Fi available here today. I enjoyed doing the research for this. I found a couple of recipes that I'm going to try with edible flowers, which I thought was kind of cool. And then I also did research. If you were here last time, you know, we had interest in varieties specifically for our environment, our elevation, our climate. So I did some research also on where to find some of the seeds because they're not common. So we're going to have that at the end as well. And I just liked this quote when I was doing my research. To plant a garden is to dream of tomorrow. That's what I keep telling my husband when I spend his money on garden stuff. This is about tomorrow. This is our future. This is not about today. It's not because I'm impulsive at all in any way. But if you want some marigolds, I'm telling you, Home Depot's got them cheap right now. They got them all on sale. They're trying to get rid of them. Because I went and bought one for every bed that I have in my garden. All right, in our research, the things that you need to start doing like now, we're literally 2 weeks away from when our last frost date is supposed to be. Of course, on the mountain, that doesn't mean anything. We could get snow in the middle of summer. It's the mountain. It does what it wants. I am going under the impression that I've had enough of cold weather in the reality that I live in. So this weekend, I'm going just all in. Whatever happens, happens. But according to research, any of your bare root plants, like if you bought any bare root strawberries or any of your trees that are bare root trees, fruit trees, or berry bushes, this is supposed to be the ideal time to plant those. If you're going to sow seeds like greens and stuff in like wide blocks, this is the time to start sowing those seeds. Carl sowed all his seeds from what I can gather. He did the same thing. Protecting your plants from leaf miners was on there because when you put out your new plants, all the pests immediately come. You had pill bug issues. Anybody got any suggestions for pill bugs? They wiped her out. I haven't seen anything specific, but I am going to look it up. So check the Facebook group, and I'll put any suggestions that I find on there. Last year we did a whole class on just like organic mix from stuff you have at home stuff. And there might have been something in there that will work.
Would wood ash work? I know that works on aphids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wood ash?
Wood ash, yeah.
Okay.
I have some. Thank you.
If you've already planted your potato plants, they said to go ahead and start hilling up your soil around your potato plants to get your greater yield. Start looking at controlling your flea beetles on your plants because it'll be about time for them to start coming out of the ground. I think I had flea beetles last year, and I think I just didn't know what they were. So I'm going to be making sure I take care of that.
I don't even know what a flea beetle is.
It's just like a little black bug, kind of almost looks like an aphid. They do hop around, but they just like chew up your plants. Begin harvesting your asparagus spears. Does anybody have asparagus beds that are established? Have your asparagus started coming up?
Been coming up for a while.
Yeah, I haven't planted asparagus bed yet. My husband doesn't like asparagus, so I haven't invested in that yet. He also doesn't like half of the stuff I've already planted, so. And then start monitoring for pests. I haven't had any problems with the rabbits coming in yet. I have seen where a mouse has come in, so all 8 traps are going out this weekend. And we're going to start our kill count for our mice. I thought we had run most of them off. Apparently not. So today's meeting is going to start with edible flowers. I had somebody on Facebook asking about flower gardens and edible flowers. So that is why I did this post. They are not here. Hopefully they watch online. And hopefully the recording works. But there was a quote that I read in a book that said, flowers are used in food by someone who cares about you and who cares about the beauty of what you are about to eat. I thought that was cute. Does my husband care about what the beauty is of what we eat? No. Am I still going to make some cookies that have flowers in them? Absolutely. And I'm probably going to freeze some flowers in ice cubes because I thought that just looked cute. There's lots of websites you can go to to research any kind of edible flowers. A lot of the flowers that we're planting in our garden to help repel pests are edible flowers. So these are just some common ones that people have. Clover, I know I can buy the clover seed out here. I haven't seen clover growing anywhere just on its own. Dandelions, I haven't seen any dandelions out here either. Are there dandelions out here? I'm going to go collect them and make wishes on my property because I like dandelions. And just let them just seed. Roses, lavender. I did plant some lavender this past week, so I'm excited about that coming up. Sunflower, chamomile, pansy, nasturtium, marigold, and tulips are usually your most common edible flowers. Like if you buy a cake with edible flowers or something, those are usually the flowers that they go with. Most likely pansies. Pansies are always have a variety of color. And in my research, the different colors taste different. Just so you know. It said that clovers taste like a little hint of green bean or cucumber. I didn't know that. If I ever find a clover, I'll wash it and eat it, just to see. Dandelions have a honey-like taste. And I know there's people that make like dandelion teas and stuff, so I'm pretty sure it's sweet. I have eaten rose petals before, and it says sweet floral taste. I don't know so much if what I ate was sweet, but it definitely tasted like a flower. Like I thought it tasted like a flower. I've never eaten lavender, and there were several warnings about making sure that you don't use too much lavender because it can be an irritant to some people if they ingest it. So just be careful with that. But I am going to make cookies that have lavender in it because they were pretty. Sunflowers, they grill the whole heads instead of just eating the sunflower seeds. And they said they have kind of a smoky taste to them. I've never eaten one, so I can't vouch for that at all. Chamomile, who hasn't had chamomile tea at some point in their life? The flowers are definitely edible. It says it has kind of like an apple aroma to it, so it makes you think of fruity things when you eat it, because your smell has a lot to do with what things taste like. Pansies taste green and grassy. There's also some that kind of have a little bit of a, not really a spicy taste, I don't think. I don't think I'd call it spicy, but kind of like if you're eating greens, you know, if you eat like chard or something, it has kind of that little hit to it. Pansies kind of have that too. Nasturtiums are peppery, kind of like watercress. Marigolds are tangy, citrusy, and slightly peppery. I just bought a bunch of marigolds. Maybe I'll eat a flower. Tulips are often compared to lettuce, cucumber, and peas. I like the ones that are like lettuce, cucumber, and peas because I think that would be great in a salad to just add to your salad. It did say to make sure you clean it like you would clean any vegetables, especially if you use pesticides and stuff. It's easy for it to get stuck down in there. Remove all the pistils and stamen, the little parts inside. It's mostly about the flowers or the petals. You can keep them fresh in the refrigerator with a damp paper towel. And then candying, which is what they do with like the pansies and the flowers when they put them on cakes and stuff. You just brush it with a little bit of egg white and you can sprinkle sugar over it and sit it out to dry. And then it kind of has a little bit of a candy taste to it. These were some other flavors and varieties. And like I said, I printed out a sheet for it. If anybody has any interest in adding any flowers to their menu, there's a sheet that describes all of the different tastes. I like the idea of squash blossoms and zucchini blossoms being stuffed and fried, because who doesn't get tired of zucchini and squash after a while?
They're delicious too.
Because we all are giving away zucchini and squash by the middle of the season because we've had all the zucchini bread we can have. So I like that idea. I've got calendula planted this year, and I didn't know anything about that. And they say it's known as poor man's saffron. This is how suburban I am. I don't know that I've ever had saffron in my life either. So I don't know what that tastes like. It sounds like something that would be like in a curry or a Middle Eastern dish to me, but I don't know. So I like that. I might let some of my chives go to blossom because it might be pretty in a salad, because I put chives in my salads and on potatoes and stuff, but the blossoms are edible too. So that might be something that I try. Only eat flowers grown organically and free from pesticides. You know, it's got to be safe. And flavor to greens. Crystallized pansies and roses are usually what you find in cakes and stuff. And then it says lavender to shortbread. That's what I'm going to do. There's a recipe in here. Your drinks and your syrups and your savory dishes, all of those things are in there. The infusions thing I'm going to be trying this year. I got a machine so that I can infuse oils and stuff. And so my plan is to do some of that with different things that I picked from the garden as well. Here's just some more. This list is literally what I printed out. So it has all the different flavors and stuff that they taste like so that you can figure it out. Like red clover tastes like licorice. Not eating red clover. Don't like licorice. But I like some of these things that they have up there. Like I didn't know daylilies taste like squash or melon. So I think that's kind of cool too. Here's just one of the ways you can use some flowers in your salad. I think this looks beautiful. I know nasturtium greens are edible, and a lot of people eat the nasturtium greens, which I plan on trying this year. I like mixed greens, so I plan on putting like some chard and some nasturtium and some spinach and all that stuff together to cook. But I like how pretty that is. And then, of course, you can infuse alcohol for those of you who partake of the beverage. And here's just a little recipe for honeysuckle vodka. Now, I'm from Georgia, so honeysuckles were everywhere in Georgia, and that is like a key childhood memory to pull out the little stamens and lick the honey off of the bottom. I would absolutely love that. I don't drink alcohol anymore, so that's not a thing that I would be doing. But it is something you could do, not just with honeysuckle. I think it would be cool with like lavender and stuff too. These are the lilac shortbread cookies. Look how pretty they are. And there's a recipe in here for that. This was the recipe that gave the warning about lilacs can be irritating to some people if you use too much. It had parts of it mixed in and then also sprinkled on top some candied lilac blooms. So if I made it, I would either just do the candied lilac blooms on the top or the lavender or the lilac blooms in the dough. I wouldn't put it both, I don't think, because I don't know what it means by it could irritate people. Here's your bee balm tea, and it's just, you can do this with chamomile, with lavender, any of those things. You know, right now Starbucks, I think, has all their lavender drinks out for the springtime. But this is the meat of it. So we have some varieties that are really good for our area. I tried, when I ordered my seeds from Baker's Creek, I put in the search menu specifically for arid environment and high elevation. And so when I bought my seeds for like my cucumbers, I brought some of my cucumbers that seeded in here and whatever, or sprouted. All of those came from Baker's Creek when I specifically searched for that specific kind of stuff. We're considered a high desert plains area, but we're also very much in the Oakwood and Pine Forest region because we're near Pine Top Lakeside. We have the largest of these kind of pines as a single forest in the United States, or in the world actually. So some of the things I'm going to be talking about today, the specific varieties to find are tomatoes, squash, melons, cucumbers, beans, and greens. Of course, there are all kinds of things you can plant, berries and different things like that. But this is what I specifically focused on. And I just liked how colorful that map was. It was cute. We're right here on the map. And I was disappointed it didn't call us the high desert plains. So for tomatoes, you have to have heat tolerant varieties of tomatoes. Last year, my tomatoes didn't get any bigger than a golf ball, and it was very disappointing. And other than Roma, I have none of these varieties that I've started in my greenhouse. And I don't think, and I looked at Home Depot, they do not have any of these varieties either that they have in their starts. I didn't look through the seed section, but their starts, they didn't have them. But they recommend Heatmaster, Sun Gold, and all varieties of Roma tomatoes should do good up here because they're already a heat tolerant variety. But I've never seen the Heatmaster or the Sun Gold varieties. I think the Sun Golds are like a yellow tomato though, I would assume. And then you still just got to make sure you deep water. Apparently tomatoes do better if you deep water twice a week as opposed to just watering them every time you go out there. So that is my goal this year, is to try that. I think I may have watered them too much last year, and it may have stunted their growth. The other thing that you can do is before you put your tomato starts in the ground is crack an egg in it and then squish the egg up, like crack the insides of the egg in there. Squish the egg up, put a little bit of soil over it, and put your start on top, and that calcium will slowly leach out throughout the season, which will help with end rot. But it also, the egg white and the egg yolk help feed all the microbiome area that's in your soil. That'll make your soil healthier. So I'm going to do both of those things this year. I'm going to do an egg. I think what I'll do is I'll do an egg under half of them and then not do an egg under the other half and see if that makes a difference. But I am going to deep water. I'm not going to do the whole water it every time I walk out. This one right here was interesting to me. I have bought one of those before. The Apache giant squash. Does anybody grow them? So if you've ever gone to New Mexico, on Saturdays, they have the outdoor flea market, and all of the different pueblos come out and set up tables, and they sell these there. I bought one. It was like this big around, about this tall. I bought one for like $4. I just fed it to my chickens. I was stupid. I should have collected seeds from it if I'd known. These have been grown for, thousands of years by all of the Native Americans in the area, and that's their squash that they grow and go to. You can buy them from a website called Native Seeds Search or nativeamericanseeds.com. They didn't look that expensive on there. They were like $4.50 to, $6 for a pack of seeds. But also, if you want to just plan for next year, if you happen to be going through Albuquerque on a Saturday, that little flea market thing is really nice, and they sell those there, and then you could just keep it and save the seeds. I didn't know how to cook it. That's why I fed it to my chickens, because this is all about me learning how to cook too. And then
Wait, is that a cantaloupe or is that squash?
that is a squash.
Oh, I thought it looked like squash, but it says cantaloupe.
Well, cantaloupe is the other thing that is recommended to grow in our area. If you like melons, they said cantaloupe is heat tolerant and can also handle a more arid environment for a melon. Because melons are very water heavy. They need a lot of water to produce a nice, big, full fruit. And apparently cantaloupe does not require as much water as like just your generic watermelons would. I did not plant any cantaloupe, but I don't think it's too late to plant it and start it from seed outside. So I have a packet of cantaloupe seeds at home, and I may just like throw a couple in somewhere and see what happens with those. But this year I'm going to be going to New Mexico at the end of the month. My brother and sister-in-law are coming up, and we're taking them to that flea market as part of their let's tour Arizona and the Southwest. So I'm going to pick up some of those when I go. And if anybody else would like me to pick one up for them to save seeds from or whatever, more than happy to do it. Because I do know that they sell those there. I don't know if they'll have them yet, but I do know they sell them. Cucumbers. The Armenian cucumbers are excellent and handle extreme heat without turning bitter. I also had the Pukakiri cucumbers. I think I brought some of those starts in. And then the dragon fruit cucumbers. They're all also for arid environments, high elevation, lots of sun. I still have some extra starts of the Pukakiri, so I could probably bring some more of those in. I don't know how many dragon fruits I have. They died in the first frost, some of them, and I had to reseed those, but I do have quite a few. I like the fact that these don't turn bitter, so you could actually let them grow to their full size without any fear of them turning bitter. Pickling cucumbers and stuff like that. Does anybody grow any of those? No? See, I would be afraid they would turn bitter before I could get a really good harvest out of them. So I'm going to be trying these out this year. You can buy these Armenian cucumbers at Home Depot and Lowe's in their seed section. I've seen them there. Beans. There are different beans that are really good in this area. Black-eyed peas apparently do really good in this area. I've never grown black-eyed peas before. My husband said his grandmother, that was all she ever grew, and he hates them because of that, because he had to spend all of his summers shelling black-eyed peas. But they said they grow really good here. And then there's something called a bolus Macoba pole bean. They are available through that Native Seeds search thing. But also, if you go to, there's a place in Sholo going towards Pine Top. There's like a market on the right-hand side. I can't remember the name of it, but they have like a butcher there. And they sell it really sells a lot of Bashas stuff.
Abby's.
I think so.
Abby's Market.
Yes. They have these seeds in bags sold as dried beans that you can buy and cook. And any of those beans that you find in bags are seeds. You can plant them. So, if you're interested in those types of beans, you can always go there. There is a bean called the 1500 year something that Baker's Creek sells, and I bought those. That's what I'm planting this year. It'll be the only bean that I put out this year when I sow my corn this weekend.
Mayakoba go also by the name Peruviana.
Peruviana, okay.
Something like that. Years ago, we never could find them, and over the last 20 years, there you can buy them. They cook like pintos, but a little quicker.
Yeah. It looked really good online. Like I was seeing recipes and videos and things like that. And beans are my comfort food from when I was a kid, like beans, cornbread, fried potatoes, any day and all day. So I'm interested I want to get some of the Macoba beans. And then I'm planting my 1500 year beans this year, and we'll see how they go. Supposedly the 1500 year beans they were like made or bred or whatever, evolved specifically for monsoon seasons. Like they don't water them. Native Americans don't water them. They just, whatever the monsoon season does, they seem to thrive off of that. I've been told we haven't had a real monsoon season since I've been here, so I don't know how to feel about that yet. Your greens are going to be your Swiss chard, your kale, and Malabar spinach. Has anybody ever grown Malabar spinach? Because I want to get seeds now. They grow as a vine, and I just think that's wickedly cool, and I would love to have it just vine over one wall of my outdoor garden, because I just think it would look cool. And they have red Malabar spinach, and they have purple Malabar spinach, and they have green. And I just think it would be beautiful if it would grow. I've never grown it before, so I don't know for sure if it will work. But according to all of my research, that was the recommended brand of variety of spinach to grow in our area at our elevation. The last thing that I had on here were just some high desert gardening tips. It's all about timing. We all know that. Everybody up here says not till Mother's Day. I'm throwing that out the window. I'm planting this weekend because I'm a chaos gardener. And I've convinced my husband to keep buying me starts when things die. So as long as he'll keep buying me starts, I'm all in. Add significant compost and organic matter to improve water retention. Another easy way to keep water retention, especially if you're growing in containers, is to add cocoa coir, because cocoa coir will never become hydrophobic. It's always going to want water, whether it's dry or whether it's already wet. Cocoa coir will always hold water. So this year in all of my totes, I added some cocoa coir in and mixed it in before I did anything else. And that way it's always going to hold a little bit of moisture in there. The other thing is shade cloth. I don't know if I ordered shade cloth or bird netting for my outdoor garden, and now I'm nervous about it. But if you've never used shade cloth up here, it's a must-have. The first year I gardened up here, everything died. Within 2 weeks, it was sunburnt, dried up, withered, gone. Last year I used 40% shade cloth. My greenhouse, I've already put my shade cloth up over the top and the south-facing window so that it can protect inside, because if not, it gets way too hot in there real fast. But always use your shade cloth. And I just order mine. But if you go into Phoenix or into Albuquerque, they have a store called Daiso. And Daiso sells 5 foot wide, I believe it's 10 foot long, shade cloth for like $3.50. And it's like a 60% shade cloth. And that's what's in my greenhouse, and it works great. Hi, come on in.
Hi, sorry for late.
It's fine. And then watering, to use drip irrigation is recommended. Soaker hoses are recommended. Deep watering is very much recommended in this area because the wind dries out everything really, really fast. So you want to have a lot of water in your soil, you know, held down deep. And those tap roots will go to it. So if you water every day and you water like an inch every day, the water's never going to soak down deep enough, and your tap roots are all going to stay shallow. When the wind blows, your plant's going to get damaged because it's not got a very hard root to it. So make sure you deep water, and that way that tap root goes down really, really low.
You water at night?
I usually water first thing in the morning or after dinner. It just depends on what I had going on.
What time in the morning?
I don't get out of bed till like 9 o'clock.
Okay. No, because you have
But I don't do it midday. Midday,
Yeah.
you can burn your plants if any of it gets on the leaves.
half of it be gone before you get done. Do I need some papers?
Everything that we have that I bring is usually over on this side,
Okay, thank you.
but it's not overwhelmingly serious, you know. There's some printouts over there. We also always have free seeds over on the corner that people bring in that you're willing to take.
My name is Carol.
Hi, Carol. Were you the person on the Facebook group
No,
that said you were going to try to come?
I called.
Okay.
I called about a week ago.
Okay, that's cool.
Another type of plant that grows pretty well up here is chili peppers.
Oh, my peppers rocked last year. I'm very excited about my peppers. I still haven't got a concho pepper to sprout. It didn't matter what I did, the concho peppers never sprouted. But I'm gonna have a lot of Anaheim, a lot of jalapeno. I didn't get any hatch peppers to sprout this year, so I may just buy some of those. I have some cayenne that sprouted. Only one bell pepper sprouted for me, but I've already bought some starts.
Yeah, I've been growing bell peppers all winter and all spring.
I'm hoping to keep them wintered in the greenhouse so that I always have some.
And then
But this is my first year with a
hot
greenhouse.
peppers are doing very well. You know, banana hot peppers are doing real well. so far inside the greenhouse.
Yeah, I don't think I started any banana peppers, and they would be really good pickled peppers.
Yeah.
They'd be nice on a sandwich. Yeah.
We've already got 3 6-packs of peppers planted.
There you
They're
go.
all in walls of water because we had a frost last
And
night.
that's
Yeah,
why,
we're gonna have a frost tonight.
that's
Yes.
why I'm
Yes.
walking funny.
Because you were outside in the garden.
No, because you have to fill the world with water.
Yeah,
You can't do so many in a day.
that's true. That's very, very true. So what else has everybody who's planted outside already? Like outdoors, not greenhouse, outdoors.
I put seeds in because I knew it was gonna freeze, and I think they'll be okay because they're under the soil.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a deep freeze. Like
Yeah, we're not in the teens or anything, so the seeds should do fine.
I have, I think, a radish that came out one. They'll probably be lost tonight.
And what I did,
Throw a sheet
planting
over it.
outside, I found a way of doing it to keep, the cold off of it is, I had this 9 by 20 chicken run. And I just put a reinforced tarp over the top of that, and acts like a greenhouse, but also have the raised beds in there too. I've got 4 raised beds
Yeah.
that are 3 by 4 by 6, I believe. And my radishes are coming up, my garlic's coming up, my strawberries are doing good. Of course, I cover my strawberries, if it gets too windy. And same with my lavender, my blueberries. I've found it's not really a greenhouse, and it was a cheap way to extend my growing area by putting that tarp over the top, because it does protect them from both the cold wind and any kind of frost that should creep up.
Yeah.
So in the summer, I've seen plants in people's yards, not gardens. The plants shrivel. They get
They get sunburnt.
they get sunburn, and then there's nothing left of the plant. So in the
Yeah.
really high part of the summer,
Mm-hmm.
shade cloth.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way this is.
Yeah, out here, that's what it is. You start out trying to protect from the wind and the cold, because we
Right.
still get these rare, these stray cold nights. And then as soon as all of that stuff's over with, you got to worry about too much sun,
Yeah.
which is silly to me.
Mice control. It's so dry.
Oh, you just wait until I have a whole meeting about mice, because they're my mortal enemy.
Because I think somebody said the alligator. I'm afraid to talk, right?
Yeah,
I'm just jumping in.
that's what this is. This is about community sharing and answering and talking.
But I don't want to take over.
You're fine.
I think they're called alligator mice, it's been a couple summers. It was so hot and dry like it is now. And the mice they snipped up. I mean, I had flowers. I was, they just ate them.
So it is my personal feeling everything out here is trying to survive in this here mean streets of the high desert plains.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge anybody trying to survive except for mice in my garden. I snap trap them and kill them all and feed them to the ravens. I have no love for any mice that wander in my garden. You can live all your life you want to out there. I'll even throw you bird seed every now and then, but don't come in my garden. It's hard to keep mice out, and a lot of people have trouble with rabbits out here as well. I haven't had rabbits in my garden yet. We use a lot of chicken wire to keep the rabbits out. We use hardwire cloth to keep the mice out. I know they can climb over, but they'll find easier things to eat rather than work so hard to get in. But now last year I killed 61 mice.
Oh, wow.
With snap traps, just snapping them and throwing them back out.
Another thing I did is I had buckets of water sitting. What I do is I got some big bricks about like that, and for raised beds, and I filled them in and I plant in there. So in between the rows, I had buckets of water.
Yeah.
Every morning I went out and I saw a mouse. And one time I saw one, I swear it was like this. I don't think
It was probably a pack rat.
It was huge. I couldn't believe how big
Yeah.
it was.
Worst pest we usually have is pack rats.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a pack rat on my property yet, and I haven't
Well,
found any pack rat nests. But, knock on some wood here, But I'm not saying they don't exist. You
Oh,
know, like I
we've
know
got a
that
lot of them.
I know that between the 4 parcels of land that made up the original, I know there's pack rats out there. We have little cottontail bunny rabbits out there. I saw some kind of ground animal. I don't know what it was. It was too big to be a squirrel. I've never seen a groundhog on our property. It might have been, the neighbors complained about badgers, so I'm wondering if it might have been a badger.
There are badgers up here.
But I don't know what that was. I saw it once and I've never seen it
You
again.
know, the area
Badgers
is
won't
so
bother your
different.
garden unless they dig a hole. They will kill things like pack rats. And
Chickens?
they'll probably would kill chickens.
They can't get my chickens though.
It's
I got
not
those
only that
protected.
The area is so big and we're all different.
Yeah,
It's every year is different. For years
exactly.
It was just mice and rats, and last year it was squirrels.
Squirrels.
Squirrels ate half of my garden last year. And one year we had
I haven't seen any of
chipmunks.
those yet. I would love to see a porcupine
I
though.
live out that.
Oh, there's
I just
here.
think they're
I've
cute
seen
as
them.
button.
I live in the neighborhood and I had a porcupine in my yard and, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure my dog would not want to see a porcupine.
Oh,
But I think it would be cool to see it and be able to like take a picture and share with my grandkids. Look what I have. I have a porcupine.
I pulled 41 quills out of my dog's
If you're
mouth.
driving between the Y,
Hmm.
the Sholo at night or back,
Yeah.
you will often see porcupines go across the
Yeah.
road.
Ah, that'd be cool. We don't get out and drive at night because I'm too old. I can't see in the dark.
I don't much anymore myself.
Who else has put actual plants outside or started their seeds? I know you have, Carl. Is there anything you haven't started?
Kale, dill.
Are you going to start kale and dill?
Well, I'm gonna try again.
There you go. Did it not work for you in the past?
No.
What did he say?
Kale and dill?
Dill?
Dill grows really
Every
well
time
here.
I planted greens, and I keep thinking, is this the lettuce that I planted twice? Is this? And then I realize that everything's coming up everywhere. Is dill. You can't get rid of it when you have it. Every year I
Pickling, really great. You can put it in salad dressings.
oh, it's good, but it crowds everything out. You gotta pull it out.
So in my garden, I have the greenhouse this year and then I have an outside garden. And in my outside garden right now, the things that are thriving, I've planted tons of stuff. The things that are actually growing, I have onions that are growing that are going to be like onions, not just green onions. I have kale that's doing well. I have bok choy that's doing okay. I have radishes and beets. I've never eaten a beet. Don't know how to fix a beet, but I got 3 that are successfully growing. So at some point I got to figure out what to do with a beet.
You eat the greens.
I haven't.
I can eat the greens now. I like mixed greens, so that may be where we go. My radishes are doing really good. I have some kohlrabi out. The cold did not do well for my kohlrabi, but they're not dead. They just don't look well.
Is it too warm for beets?
Sam says he has spinach and radishes, but it's all stunted. It's going to get better because of the weather's going to get better. So just keep taking care.
Is it too late to plant beets?
I don't think so. I don't think it's too late really to plant anything. Our season really is just starting.
Right, May 10th is when
And so,
I heard the freeze date is.
yeah, it's usually around Mother's Day here. How long have you lived here?
10 years.
10 years. And you've had gardens the whole time?
Maybe for about 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, it should be fine, I think. I mean, what do I know?
It's a cold weather crop, but
That's what I tried to start with, is just cold weather. My peas look fabulous. They had frozen over and looked really bad, but now they're about 8 inches long, all of my pea plants.
snow peas.
I don't remember what all I did. Purple Egyptian peas, and then it'll either be snow peas or snap peas. I don't know. I just threw them out there. I mean, I grow in totes.
Oh, okay.
like the black storage totes. And for these last night, the night before, and what I'll do tonight, I've just been putting the lids back on the totes.
Perfect.
To protect them from the cold, and then I get up in the morning, I take them off, and they seem to be doing fine.
Perfect.
I planted peas all the way around one of the totes, and they only came up on 3 sides. And I drew out like what I planted where, but then I also have moved my totes, so I don't have them like in the same direction. So I have no idea. I'm hoping the purple peas grow, which by the way, the Egyptian purple peas are the ones that are made specifically for our climate. And they grew last year for me very well. So I'm looking forward to them this year. And I only tried a couple last year. Last year was an experiment still for me of just testing things out. So I tried that. Let's see. Sam also said he started some beets.
Okay.
But they don't seem to be doing well. That's somebody on Facebook watching us live.
So I'll plant some beets.
Yeah, I planted, I would like to say I'm smart enough to have planted as succession planting, but I'm a chaos gardener. So I'll find a pack of seeds in a drawer and be like, oh, well, let's go sprinkle these somewhere. And then I'll just go out and sprinkle some seeds and see what happens. We were going to buy groceries anyways, so if things don't grow, I'm okay. And I know that's privilege, but it's my truth. If things work, then that's just bonus for me. I do want peppers to grow. I would like to be able to just slice and dice a bunch of bell peppers and keep them in the freezer because I cook with them all the time.
Or canning.
Yeah. Or do something like that. Canning's going to be a big thing for me this year. It's new, but it's going to be a big thing. I saw a video, by the way. Did you know you can can squash and zucchini, not as a pickle, but so you can later fry them up? I did not know that. So now I'm going to do that.
Apples too.
Yeah. You said you're going to do dill and kale. Do you know what variety of kale you plant?
The blue curl.
Blue curl. Okay.
This is perfect.
I think I got mine out of a variety pack of just kale seeds that was just a variety, so I have no idea what's actually growing. I'm under the impression that kale will get really, really tall at some point.
Yes.
But my kale is only this tall.
It's real tall.
So I'm hoping it grows like almost like a tree or a shrub for me to pick leaves off of.
And then when I couldn't use all my dill, the chickens left the seeds.
Oh, my chickens have already benefited from my garden because when things just start looking a little too frostbit on the ends, I just go give it to my chickens.
I never heard of kale getting big. I guess maybe we eat it before.
Yeah.
I think I've also seen on videos and stuff where Swiss chard gets to be like this tall. I've never let my Swiss chard get that tall because I'm immediately wanting to make a plate of greens.
Right.
And so I pick everything too soon because I don't have the patience.
No, that's good though. The bigger one is smaller.
Yeah, they're not as.
Yeah, not
The
bitter and
I don't know what the variety of spinach is that I planted, but I don't like what it looks like because it doesn't look like what grows in the store.
Well,
But I haven't tasted it either.
if you get real spinach, it's a cold winter. That's why we grow Bloomsdale up here.
Bloomsdale
Because it grows
spinach?
all year.
Bloomsdale spinach.
Yeah.
Bloomsdale spinach.
So
Gotta make a
anybody have
note.
problems with grubs?
Yeah.
Huh?
It doesn't bolt in the heat.
Anybody have grubs?
Anytime I find a grub in any of my containers, I just give it to my chickens. I made sure my chicken run is right next to my garden area.
Yeah.
So my chickens benefit from that. And my plan at the end of this growing season is just to let my chickens loose where my outdoor garden is so they can just go through and take care of anything that they want to.
Go poop at the same time.
Nancy Galletti is watching. Nancy's from Georgia. Hi, Nancy. I miss you. I worked with her in elementary school. I just saw her name pop up. That was kind of cool. Somebody said, Sam said his catnip is also doing the best. I've got catnip seeds. I haven't planted any. I have a cat, though, that would go nuts.
careful with
It is her crack. It's like mint.
You want to put them in something or whatever because they just take over everything.
Oh no.
Ours has already come back and it's that high already.
Yeah, it just takes
So
over
do you
everything.
grow catnip for your cats?
Spearmint.
Oh, spearmint. Oh, okay.
Spearmint,
Do you
yeah.
grow catnip for your cats?
No, I don't do cats.
So, if you don't mind me asking, why do you grow catnip? So why do you grow it? I'm just curious.
Tea.
So you make catnip tea?
Tea, yeah, tea's great.
Okay. I didn't know you could do that.
But I do spearmint too. Well, not here yet, but back where I was from.
Where are you from?
Syracuse, New York area.
Okay.
Where?
Syracuse, New York area?
Upstate.
Yeah, thank you. nowhere near the city.
I knew the Catskills.
Oh, so you know.
I know.
Yeah.
So what is the growing season?
I was born in the Bronx.
Oh, you were born in the Bronx, so yeah.
What is the growing season like in New York?
Pretty similar, pretty much to here. It's not as dry. It's
Yeah.
very humid there. End of May, and by September you're done
Okay.
because then you start thinking about frost
And lots of snow.
and lots of snow.
I'm always hearing on my news, New York's getting 22 inches of snow.
Oh, Syracuse there.
Or something.
The snowball award, yeah.
Colorado
We used to get like
somewhere
200
they're
inches.
getting 22 inches of snow up that way.
That's too funny.
200 inches of snow a year where we lived in New York, so, and Buffalo.
I'm from Missouri, so it gets hot, humid, and you can burn your stuff in the sun.
Oh, yeah, it's so.
Yeah.
We get no rain.
Yeah.
We get rain in May, but from June until September, you get no rain. And if you do, it's very little, and it's hot and humid when it rains. It's just like pouring a bucket of water and it just sticks to you.
Yeah.
Do flowers.
That's what it was like in Georgia, but it's like that in Georgia year round. It's
Well,
just,
see-
it rains at least once every 7 days in Georgia.
And I have an aunt
Yeah.
that lives in Vero Beach, Florida, and down there when it rains, if you're going to the pool and it's thundering, you don't get in, wait 2 minutes, you can get in, it'll be done. It just comes through and gone.
My husband lived in Vero Beach, Florida when he was a child.
And my daughter, she'd never seen the beach. We went in 2024 to actually see my aunt, my mom. That was my last time my mom got to go to Florida before she passed away in August. We went in July and she passed away.
So, funny story. This has nothing to do with gardening. It's just a hilarious story. So, for those of you who don't know, my husband is black. My children are black. He took us to Vero Beach one time during the summer just to visit like his old hometown and stuff like that. And he kept talking about, I'm going to take you out to the black beach. I'm going to take you out to the black beach. And the girls and I just kept looking at each other like, where the heck is he taking? What does he mean black beach? Like, are there sacred, like what? Am I going to, like, what's going to happen to me? You know, kind of thing. We went to a museum that was close by, and the lady that was there knew him when he was a child. Like they went to school together or something. And so they were talking. He's like, yeah, I'm going to take him to the black beach. And again, my kids and I are just like, what the heck is going on here? It was a beach with black sand that I did not know that was a real thing and existed. But we were mortified when we were driving to it. Even my girls were just like, I don't know if we're going to fit in here. You know, it was hilarious. It was a beautiful place.
We have a beach in San Diego called Black's Beach.
Isn't that the nudist one?
What?
That's a nudist beach.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Beach.
Okay, see, that's good.
I know my husband would never take me there.
But I knew when she said that, no, it's not black, it's just Black's Beach.
Well, see, my daughter had never seen the beach ever. Like she was raised in Missouri, so she's never seen a beach ever or ocean water ever. We got there. I didn't even know we were underneath a thunderstorm warning when we got there. It just clouded up like it was going to storm. We got everything in our hotel room, and just as we closed the door, it just
Came a downpour, yeah.
And they didn't even in the hotel. They're supposed to have pipes that the water's supposed to run down under the ground, so it doesn't run into the hotel room. Well, it was all clogged up, and it was into our door almost. So the guys out there with the 5-gallon bucket getting
And putting it away.
Yeah.
Speaking of rain, did everybody get rain yesterday?
Oh,
Yeah.
It was so nice to get rain.
I have an old bathtub along the side of the house, and then I have a container of raspberries, so that when the rain falls off the eaves into the containers.
That's cool. I'm looking for, we're trying to decide on 2 different types of vining plants. Maybe berries to plant. We put up some fence railing around where our well is, just so that, because it's close to our driveway, we don't want people to hit it by accident. But I think it'd be cool to put something that vines to vine up on the wooden fence posts and stuff that we have. My husband said he wasn't a fan of raspberries.
Grapes do really
And
well here.
that's what I keep hearing, is that grapes are fabulous out here.
Yeah,
Thompson
I
grapes.
got 6 of them, and
Do the birds not just devastate it?
They aren't red.
well,
Thompson grapes.
as long as you pick them before they get too ripe, but I haven't had a real problem with birds.
Concord grapes
What
do well here.
variety?
Okay, Concord grapes.
Yeah,
I mean, I could make some grape juices. I don't know that I'd eat enough grapes to make it worth my while, but it could also just be there to feed the birds. I don't really care.
Well, the leaves are good for the chickens too.
Oh, well, there you go. My chickens are princesses.
Oh, yeah.
They get to eat everything.
They love grape.
You
Yeah,
can
the
eat
leaves.
grape leaves too. You can roll rice in them.
Right.
I've seen that before where they do, that's like a Greek thing. A lot of,
Mideast.
yeah, they do a lot of things where they stuff grape leaves.
Yeah, as long as you pick them when they're young and not, where they get too fibrous.
All right, I'm going to have to revisit that with my husband. That might be a thing. Yes, sir.
If you're thinking about
They're easy
growing
to
grapes,
profit.
do not buy French wine grapes.
Okay.
They won't take the cold up here.
They don't?
I would love. I have one grape plant, but I'm not sure it lives
Yeah,
in
I've
the
got
winter.
6 of them, but yeah, grapes are super easy to propagate.
I was talking with somebody at Home Depot yesterday, and they were talking about how their
I mean,
grapes
once you
do
get one
fabulous.
plant, you
And
can
that he,
pick the cuttings.
What variety did you do?
One's Niagara.
Okay.
Niagara
Can you
grapes.
put some
They're
cuttings in?
green.
Am I being facetious?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll look and see where they, because they're just starting, I've got a lot of, the newer green, because you gotta use the green, you don't wanna use the ones that are real hard and fibrous, you use
Yeah.
the newer growth off
Right.
them to
I have-
start. But I'd have to cut them and see if they would actually be viable. But if you dip them in the albervita, that'll help too.
What
It's
is
like
that?
That, albervita.
What is it?
It's a plant. I don't know, how do you describe an albervita? I only got about 10 or 15 of them, but I can bring some of that in too next time.
Has anybody grown sunchokes out here?
I heard they grow well.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the tuber under the ground?
Yeah.
Like they
It
look
looks
like
like
small
to grow
tomatoes?
potato. From what I understand, once you plant them, they just.
I've heard they grow really well.
Yeah.
I have not planted any. Again, this weekend is the first time I'm planting anything in ground, and it's because of Carl.
Choke cherries.
Everything else I grow in
Choke
totes.
cherries.
No.
No.
And if it's successful, I may not grow in totes anymore.
Jerusalem.
Oh, yeah.
Jerusalem artichokes is what I was thinking of, because that's the tuber thing.
Yeah, just like potatoes.
Yeah.
They're,
They're supposed to be better for diabetics too,
Yeah.
have a lower glycemic
Yeah.
index, but you cook them just like potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put in stews and anything
son-in-law
with
says
potato.
there's a little sweet flavor to them.
There is.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had them. There's a lot of vegetables that I've grown that I don't know that I've ever had before.
Pumpkins grow really well here.
Yeah, I didn't plant any pumpkins, and I don't think I have any pumpkin seeds. I usually buy pumpkins just for my chickens.
I'll bring some pumpkin seeds next time. I'm sure I have plenty.
Okay, that's cool.
I have quite a seed. They're put away for now because I haven't really, I thought maybe coming here would get me motivated more.
I'll bring a couple of there to the.
When are you planning on traveling?
For propagating.
Are you planning on traveling? Do you have
Yeah, at the end of the month, we're going back home. Just,
Have you started seeds yet?
no,
Oh, okay.
because we just, a week ago, we moved to our property.
Oh, okay.
Before that, we were living in an apartment in Shoals, so,
Yeah.
while we were getting things ready, but,
A lot of compost.
and right now my well's being worked, so.
Okay.
And I got 6 of them.
Yeah.
I'm putting on a tank at the moment, but.
We did that for a couple of years. We got our well at the end of last year.
Yeah.
We were on a waiting list for like a year. And it was just a relief to me because I grew up in Georgia and just always had public utilities. And to have to do water math in my head, like before you do laundry, before you do this, before you do that, I wonder if we're going to have enough water. Are we going to make it to the next delivery? I am so glad I don't have to do that anymore.
But, yeah, we lived on a well for all the time we lived in our house. We had a well. And
Yeah.
we never had a problem with water. And
I
so
haven't started
now-
water catchment for gardening. I think I'd like to do that.
If it ever rains.
I
I
think I'd like to have something off of the top of the greenhouse and maybe off the top of the garage. Those both areas are both close to everything, so.
Just make sure whatever you have your water going into, will hold up to the, cold, because I have a neighbor that had a water catchment on her, back patio. Well, she didn't drain it during the wintertime, and it just cracked it open.
Yep.
Oh, no.
You gotta make sure you drain them, because unless you got something that will expand and contract, but I don't know, she had, trouble with it, and it was one of those, I think it was a blue container, I don't know if it was that.
I think it would just be environmentally responsible. It's not that we have the well now. I can water all I want and it's not gonna really matter a whole lot. But I just think it would be environmentally responsible if I had some water catchment for like the chickens' water and the gardening and whatever.
As long as you know to drain them. when it
Drain that
gets
sucker
down.
up. My husband's pretty particular about all that stuff. He takes care of all that. I don't have to worry my pretty little head with any of those kind of things because he does all of it.
Sure looks like he builds you a lot of cool stuff.
He's a very cool man. Right now, my husband is at home setting up video game machines because I've never gotten rid of a video game machine. I have over 23, 24 different video game machines from the original PlayStation 1, Xbox, all the way up. And we finally have enough places to where we can put them all out and hook them all to TVs. So that's what he's doing for me right now, because that's what my retired life is. I just play video games, pick up some chicken eggs, water something in a garden. That's it.
We got all our onion starts in the mail last week.
Okay.
So I got all the onions in the ground yesterday.
Like the little bulbs, little baby bulbs.
Yeah, actually, there were some that were so little and I ran out of room and I should have brought them. So you could have had some of the tiny ones, see if they'll grow. But there's a point where you pick the best ones and leave some of the little ones. It's a wonderful place that we've been getting them from. And I know we've mentioned it through the years. And it's called Dixondale. But they put out a nice newsletter and a lot of very cool recipes. And every time I think, oh, I'll try that recipe. And I look and they call for heavy cream. And then I say, I'm not going to do anything that's great. I'll put yogurt instead.
So Home Depot had a clearance section that had some onion starts in it, and I bought a bag yesterday. It was only, I want to say it was $2.28 for the bag. And so I went and I put some in every single one of my totes because onions is one of those things that helps repel things. So I just stuck some in each one. I don't know if they'll grow or not. Like, I don't know anything about them. I've never grown onions from things like that.
I have trouble keeping this finger clean now.
I just cut all of my fingernails off. I was like, it's the season.
I got onion starts at the nursery in St. John's just this morning. I think it was $1.99 a pound or $2.99. I couldn't believe how much a whole pound was.
Yeah.
I got some white.
Yeah, I didn't use all the starts that were in that little pack.
Well, I got the varieties that I get every year that are good for the red. What are they, Sam? What are the names of what kind of onions do I get?
What kind of,
What kind of onions do I get? The red?
I can't tell you the fancy names, but
No, it's
they're
not a
red,
fancy
white,
name.
and yellow.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 3 kinds. There are 3 kinds that are good for this area. And then I've tried a couple that were the kind you're not, the longer light one, what is?
No, those were short day ones we tried.
Yeah, we always get short trade. No, we don't get, anyway, the variety that's, never mind.
You got onions, and that's all that's important.
They were a
You got
spicier
onions.
onion, but they were a short day variety.
And they didn't grow well.
And they grew, they just, instead of growing that big, they were about
Yeah.
that big.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't know what to expect as far as sizes of vegetables when, when things happen. Like my potatoes last year did great, but they weren't very big.
Right.
And I don't know if it's because they were in a tote. I don't know if it's because of something I did. It was the first time I'd ever done it. And I'm not planting potatoes this year. Although I'm sad because I think I would have enjoyed doing sweet potatoes. Is it too late to start sweet potatoes?
Too late.
So do you think it's possible to get the little starts? Or do I need the slips, or do I need to go get a potato to make my own slips? Like, is
Make
it
your
too,
own slips.
but is it too late to start making your own slips?
I wouldn't say so. And then the other thing that you do is when they start making the slips, let them grow. Then you take them off right at the skin, very gently. You set them in another cup and you let them grow with bigger roots. Because your potato's going to get... I'm going to do the same thing right now. I have a sweet potato set aside. I just haven't done it yet.
Okay, maybe I'll try that. I've never grown
They
sweet
do grow
potatoes
pretty
before.
Put them in the sun.
Sweet potatoes are better for me than white potatoes, so
Yeah.
I gotta
They
do
have a
that.
little sugar in them.
Yeah. Which for anybody who knows and has been following, I got new medicine and I haven't had a hypoglycemic episode in 4 days.
Nice.
4 days of being a normal human. Kind of.
Potatoes grow really well up here. I've grown Yukon Gold, I've grown Redwood.
I couldn't get anything bigger than this.
I got Yukon Golds that big.
Now, I don't grow in the dirt. Maybe if I had grown in the dirt. Do you grow potatoes?
Yep,
Do they come out?
yep,
Are they bigger than that?
yep.
Did you mound the dirt?
It's because of the dirt.
That's what I
Yeah.
put in the dirt.
Okay, another way you can do them is in a...
But it was in a tote. Like, I didn't grow in the ground. I just grew it in a little tote.
Sometimes it's good to cut a hole like in each wall.
Yeah.
So the plants can grow out. And then a laundry basket. I'm going to try them in a laundry basket. I have some in the ground too.
The tall ones.
Yeah, like the tall
the straw, the dirt, the straw. And I was
Yeah.
wondering if anybody had done that. I've seen it on line, but yeah.
That sounds cool. Has anybody got any, is anybody else going to start this weekend, or is everybody going to wait till Mother's Day?
Everything is getting kicked out.
Everything's getting. How did your tomatoes do with the freeze? Because you kicked your tomatoes out so long ago.
They did great. I didn't lose anything, and as a matter of fact, I'm pinching off the flowers because I don't want them to start giving tomatoes. I want them to get a little bit bigger. I missed a couple, and I already got green tomatoes on them.
Oh, wow.
I think it's because the raised beds, I was going out and checking the temperature of the soil every morning. My soil temperature is actually 65, and this is like at 4 o'clock in the morning when I go to work. I think I put all that goat manure and all that stuff, and it's still slightly decomposing to keep that soil at 60. So even when it was, I think it was like 37 last night at my house. They're fine. Nothing's happened.
Oh, that's cool.
They're outside in my raised garden beds.
Goat manure is very good.
Now, for those of you who are on the Facebook page, Marlena had offered goat manure. She messaged me. I saw it on the phone up here, but she can't make it today because she's still working, and it's just gone over time of what she thought. But she will bring goat manure in bags at the next meeting if people are interested.
How much?
I don't know if she's charging or just happy to get rid of it. I don't know. I will ask her and see, and I will post on the Facebook page. If you're on the Facebook page and you would like some, when I make that post in the next day or two, make a comment on there, and if I gotta go help her shovel, I'll go help her shovel some.
Would you need to-
And we'll bring it and we'll get it brought in. Cause she's just putting it in like old feed bags and stuff,
Well,
you
I was
know.
getting ready to ask, want some old seed bags, feed bags?
You know you can grow in those, right? I haven't, but you could.
I have a dog food bag, but I would love some, cause I had goats. I don't have any, I have dogs, I ain't using dog food.
No.
No, you.
I told them this before. I clear out my chicken coop and I put that stuff directly in the bottom of my totes before I grow. I don't let it wait a year or anything like that. It's on the bottom, so it's going to decompose. When I dumped all of my totes out at the beginning, I think I did it in March, just to see how things worked out, it was completely composted. It didn't burn any of my plants. It didn't do any harm. But it's now beautiful soil and was being used this year. And then I refilled the bottoms of all of my totes with more stuff from my coop.
I have a compost, I throw, just stuff, sometimes vegetables, I don't get to eat it in time and it just goes out there. But I have a question, on your potatoes, when did you harvest them?
I don't know. The stalks had started dying back. Like I waited, I didn't do anything while the plant was still green. I waited until everything started dying back. It was probably end of October, beginning of November,
Fall.
something like that.
Because I was told to harvest them before right after the first freeze. And I actually got some, I've tried many times before and I would get tiny potatoes, but I didn't know to harvest them in the fall.
Yeah. I didn't harvest a lot of things. The only things that I have harvested on a truly regular, like hardcore basis were the jalapeno peppers last year and the Swiss chard and my little golf ball sized tomatoes, which I hope are bigger. And I now know why my, I had a tomatillo plant last year. I didn't know you had to have two. So that's why my tomatillo plant didn't do anything for me last year. I didn't have a second one. They have to cross-pollinate.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. But I don't have any tomatillos for this year, and I don't think I'll get any. I don't know that I've ever eaten a tomatillo, so I'm not missing anything, all right. I appreciate everybody coming. Dave brought us a couple of things for our drawing today. If you would like to participate in the drawing, you can put your name on a piece of paper and put it in that little blue bowl. One of them it's the garden beds. Is it garden beds with a
garden, raised garden bed with a arch trellis.
with an arch trellis. That's what's in the box. And then there's also another packet of, those are heirloom seeds?
I don't know what they are.
Let's see what they are.
Well,
It's from the seed
Big
vault.
variety of them. I got so many of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's heirloom seeds. So there's basil, beet, lettuces, broccoli. I think I have 2 broccoli that have survived.
There was a lady that was going to come.
There's all kinds of stuff in here.
Oh, see where she is. It's like a good variety of stuff. You really want to try different things without having to.
That's pretty cool.
I'm excited. I got some gardeners I may not see you every day or every week, but I got somebody to look forward. I got something to look forward to.
So I also put my name in here. Is this all of them? Are these in?
I didn't put my name in.
I put my name in here this time because I would love to have that. So I'm going to let somebody else do our drawing. Pick a name.
I don't think you're
And what's your name?
My name's Marshall. I did not win. Caroline,
Oh, are you kidding?
come pick a prize. Pick one prize.
I can't believe it. What's this?
This is 2 garden beds with an arch in between.
I'm gonna get this.
All right.
Well, maybe you don't wanna know who brought it, but this is awesome because I wanted to make this and I have a respiratory illness, so this is gonna help
You
me.
won the seed pack.
Are you serious? I feel like, should I share one of them?
No, I can't eat these. I can't eat that.
I can't believe this.
Does anybody else have any topics they would like me to research?
Herbs,
Herbs.
Yeah, that'd
We
be
can
good.
research herbs.
such as seasons to grow, and I know I have a book on medicinal purposes. I could, well, depending, I don't know, I could make copies, but I know all about the copyright laws, but I know how to harvest the roots and leaves and stuff, but medicinal ones preferable, but also I see that you have the master gardening that helps, companion gardening, certain herbs help, but I see you have a list.
Yes, we've been able to do some different things. Let's see. Let me look at a.
And edible flowers, you could do that with it.
Yeah, we just did a whole thing on edible flowers. You missed it, but I'll be posting it, and it'll be on the Facebook Live as well. I was thinking, since we're probably going to be starting to put our starts out, our next meeting will focus on maybe pests and protecting our plants that we just put out that are tender.
See, I feel bad I haven't started, I don't have room inside the house to start anything. And I feel I can't afford to go to Walmart and buy the starts anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm starting from seed.
Yeah, I mean, that's really, throw some seeds in a cup and stick them in a window somewhere.
This is
And
gonna be cool, cause I have plastic and I'll make a greenhouse from the.
there you go. All right then. Make sure that you check out if you want any of the seeds over there. I'm probably going to be taking all of the seeds that are not taken to the elementary school for their sensory garden that they're going to be building. So I think I'm going to take some stuff there. That they're building the sensory garden. They're just collecting supplies so they can get it started. I don't know when they're going to actually start.
Extra seeds that I'll bring in next meeting.
Okay, that'll be cool. Let's talk about fungus gnats next week, maybe. Absolutely. That's what we're going to be talking about next week. Not next week, but the next meeting. So for those of you who are new here, we meet on the first and third Wednesdays. Okay? And if you're ever not available to come in, I also stream it live on Facebook.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. When do you meet?
We meet the first and third Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. I stream it live on Facebook, and then I also post it to my YouTube channel. I post the stream so that we don't lose it, because Facebook only holds them for 30 days.
Oh, good. So I could watch last week's.
Last week's didn't turn out because of the audio, but all the other ones, yes, they're on my Facebook channel. It's MS Homestead and More.
Okay. Well, I do know a little bit about flowers and squash blossoms. You can stop.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end the live now.
Well, thank